Okay, I'm impatient, so I just want to start the video now. Smoke. And let's open it up. I haven't been in this hive for a while, so we'll see. Not bad. My friend Scott taught me this method. You just pop them in. 1, 2, 3. Boom! None on the cover. That's amazing. Okay. Now, take the smoke and just kind of coax them in. You don't want to push the smoke right on them because it comes out hot. This is hot to the touch. You just want to fluff the smoke out. Nice, cool, thick smoke, like that. And you'll notice here that I have a little rock there, and that's to just kind of prop the top so you can have some good ventilation. As you know, this summer was quite hot. So I'm just going to prop the top like this. Like this. Okay, so then I'm going to take the smoker and just kind of fluff it under again. Fluff it under. That is a scientific term. Fluff it. Okay. Now, it's not crazy busy up here, so I'm going to just smoke again. I know it seems like I'm smoking them a lot, but it really helps in the beginning if you smoke a good amount. So again, I'm going to do the just knock them in method. Wait till no one is on the edge. And boom. Okay, we have a few survivors. And boom. Nobody. I mean, that thing is amazing. I love that. I only recently learned that, as you might have already noted. Okay, so this is our third super we thought we would need. I'm going to go ahead and start taking out some frames. Let me grab my frame hanger, one sec. So if you've watched any of my videos before, I just try and repeat myself in a uniform way, just so you can get a good idea of beekeeping lingo and names of tools and that sort of thing. So this is a frame hanger. It goes on the side of a super. Hey, what the heck? Where'd you come from? I don't think you belong in this hive, actually, so you should probably skedaddle. You don't want them to fight. So you just take the frames out, put it on this. This is the bee brush, creatively named. This is the J-hook hive tool. It's quite sharp on this end. It's got a beveled, not beveled, beveled means rounded. It's got like a chisel end, and then it's got this hook part and this little corner here that allows for good leverage when you're lifting. This is also handy for lifting nails and blah blah blah. This is sharp though, let me reiterate that. I had some friends helping me put together frames, and if you've ever put together a frame with little wedge bars and that, you know a little piece of that wood gets stuck in there and you want to kind of chisel it out. And this is the perfect tool, unless you're kind of clumsy. This kid was chiseling and somehow managed to go like this, cut his whole hand open. You kidding me? With a hive tool. If you've done that, I apologize. I don't mean to be offensive, but come on. Okay, so, and then this is the Italian hive tool, which I like. It has a little bit of a blunter edge, and this part, it doesn't really fit in between frames. I do like to do like a wedging thing. We got a cranky bee, you see her? It kind of can help spread things apart when you're tight on space, that sort of thing. And I like to keep my tools in my right pocket, my bee brush in my left. It's a good practice to always put them back in your pocket, because then when you need them, you're like, where's my tool? On the floor, over there, with bees all over it. I don't know. And then this is a frame grip. You either love them or you don't. I love them because it can help you put a uniform amount of strength, I don't know, when you're pulling the frame out. And that's a good thing, because if you don't have your frames reinforced, so you put the nail here, but sometimes it's good to put a nail here as well, because if you lift it up and this is all propolized and crazy sticky, you can just pull that top bar right out and then you have open honeycomb disaster. Foz is back. So okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. As you can see, when I just showed you, there's not much going on here. I put these supers on last month in August, and apparently they didn't really need it. So let's just go ahead and look. Normally when you put the frame hanger on, it's a better idea to take the first frame out to prevent you from scraping any of the comb on here. But this one literally isn't even drawn out, so I'm not worried about it. Look how easily it came out, okay? You can see that they're working it a bit. It's, you know, been altered and whatnot, but it's barely drawn. So I'm gonna knock these guys in. Maybe like this. Okay. So I want to point out another thing. This is a good kind of beginning video because I'm explaining everything. So when you're doing an inspection, it's good to have one super set up to where you can stack one of these supers right on top. That way the bees aren't in direct contact with the ground and you're not squishing that many. And then I have another one over here, which technically should have another super underneath it. Could you get us another super?
Oh yeah.
You're the best. But I'm just putting empty frames here. And also, what I'm going to be doing, if you look where Foz is going, that's a stairwell under that crane, kind of cool. That's the stairwell that we come up. And I'm going to put, if we have any honey frames in there, in an attempt to not have a robbing frenzy. So, here we go. There we go. This whole top super looks pretty empty, so maybe we'll see some more as we go in. Yep, same thing, barely drawn. They're starting to work it, but they don't really need it as of right now. So I'm going to knock everybody off. Got one straggler. We've got someone cranky. You need to get off. There's a bee on the smoker, but it's too hot for her. She needs to get off. There we go. I'm going to smoke again because they're getting cranky. And if I have my smoker a little too packed, I should show how I packed it. So it keeps wanting to snuff itself out. Can you put this in that extra super over there? Thank you, darling. Okay, I'm trying to get some smoke going again. There we go. Okay, let's smoke them up. There we go. Now, as I look to the right, I'm seeing some honey, I think. Well, actually, just in the center. So we'll see. Ideally, we're going to get it down to 2 supers for the winter, right? So we'll see about that. Now, we're going to go and put these in the stairwell just to keep the numbers in the air kind of low, but we're not going to leave them there because someone, not me, left a super in there with frames with wax in it. And guess who came to visit us? That's right, the wax moth and her babies. Don't get crazy, don't get crazy. Okay, they're getting crazy. Not really, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so the wax moths came. There was some wax worms in there. And you know, I have difficulty killing any insects, but I killed them. Ooh, let me show you something that I need to take care of. Despite the fact that I had good spacing, we've got a connection here. They stuck it together. And I would imagine it's because the foundation was warped and they just stuck it together. So I'm going to hand the camera over to Foz, and maybe he can just show me trying to cut it loose so we can save the foundation. of both frames, which would be nice, but perhaps not feasible. Yeah, because I'm kind of killing it, so I'm just going to try. It's not looking so good.
We need to change our frame types for the new.
Yeah, I mean, this is just ruined.
All of them are warped, even all the...
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that big of a deal because they're not drawn out or anything. It is upsetting someone, though.
It is drawn out a little bit, though.
But barely. Unfortunately, you know, I always say, I love Dadant, blah, blah, blah. But really, it's because I love the book, The Hive and the Honeybee, and I love the story of Dadant and Sons and all the million revisions of the book. But let me tell you something. The frames aren't fitting. The wax foundations are totally warped. I had to send back a whole shipment of supers, which set me back a couple of weeks because they're slow and don't have computers in Virginia. What? So I'm gonna complain, and I did. I'm gonna complain to you guys now too. I'm not happy overall. So I'm just gonna keep taking these off and removing it. Yeah, I mean, you can see how warped the foundation is. That isn't from the weather, okay? That's how it came. So no wonder they try to stick it together, because they're like, what is this ridiculous spacing? All right, let's try and get these girls off of here. Good. So I'll just pitch that one. Now, it looks like this is the frame that I was talking about earlier that has honey. Let's see. Are they stuck together? I hope not. A little bit. Darling, can you tell me how many minutes
there's some hive beetle there, or what is that?
Hive beetle? Oh, and it looks like a squished bee, unfortunately. How many minutes are we at with this video?
12 minutes.
12 minutes?
Seconds.
Okay, so why don't we start another one?
We're gonna stop it.
You're gonna start?